Favorite Channels podcast. Hello, my name is Moose.
I'm Jody.
We're a married couple. We talk TV shows, movies.
Yeah.
We'll have a limited TV show, limited series coming up here in a little bit, but we got a couple movies to get to.
Sweet. Look at us.
First and foremost, let's get right into it.
Yeah.
All right, first, and the aforementioned foremost. One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
Leo DiCaprio, Sean Penn,
Benicio del
Toro. This is a movie that's getting a lot of Oscar buzz. A lot of people, it's on their top 3 lists.
I had
for the
heard
year.
a lot about this one too before we watched it, like just in, I don't know,
Yeah.
random circles.
And it's one of those movies they've kind of, the trailer doesn't give you much as far as what it's about.
Yeah.
Like, if I recall the trailer, it's just like shots of Leo DiCaprio in his sunglasses screaming into the payphone. Then a shot of the lady who would mother his child shooting a machine gun while her big pregnant belly's popping out.
Yeah.
And a couple shots of Sean Penn in full-on grimacing military guy mode.
Yeah.
But
What'd you think of this one?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was interesting. The gist is this left-wing organization is resisting a lot of the military and the government status quo. Like, it opens with a scene where they're kind of busting out these people in immigration camps.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of fitting for our times. I don't know when this movie was conceived, but boy, does it ring parallel to what's going on now.
A little bit, yeah.
But this organization led by, co-led by, and I forget the character's name, Perfidia?
It's an interesting name. Yes, I think you kind of got it right.
Perfidia, we'll call it
Perfidia.
Beverly Hills. And I don't know if
Perfidia
that's
Beverly Hills, yeah.
and that's another thing we'll get into here in a little bit. There's some interesting names.
Yeah, definitely.
So they're fighting against the status quo. They're robbing banks to pay for their organization. You got Sean Penn, who's kind of the antagonist in a way. Mm-hmm. You've got this underground organization of white supremacists. And the gist is Leo DiCaprio's character is trying to save his daughter.
Well, okay, so back up though. He's out of the game. Perfidia, kind of got picked up, supposedly turned on everyone, and everyone scattered and went into hiding, who was part of this resistance organization. So he and his daughter have been kind of living a normal life for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And
Under assumed identities.
Yeah. And then, this military operation led by Sean Penn's character, Lockjaw.
Colonel
Lockjaw, which is just a weird name anyway.
I know, Lockjaw, Perfidia, Beverly Hills.
I know. This is and then his Leo's under, assumed identity is like Bob Ferguson.
Yeah.
It's so plain.
And I think that's intentional.
Right.
Because she's dynamic. Perfidia's,
Yes.
she's a force to be reckoned with.
Yes.
She doesn't mess around. Even her mom
Yes.
was telling Bob Ferguson, then Pat,
Yes.
at the dinner table, you're not worthy of my daughter.
Yeah,
she comes from a long line of rebellious resistance fighters or something like that.
She's a fighter and
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep.
She eventually gets caught, and they get her to release names.
To flip on everyone.
Yeah. And so they go and they either capture or kill some of the people in
In the
French
organization.
75 is
Yep.
the organization.
Yep.
He and his daughter, newborn baby, go on the run.
Yes.
Like we said, assume identities.
Yes.
Flash to 16 years later, they're tracking him down
Yes.
and the daughter. And now he's got to go. She gets kidnapped or taken, and he's got to go find her, and he's a mess.
Yeah.
Right?
He's essentially just kind of coasted on drugs and alcohol for a while and just tried to raise this kid by himself, but he's kind of not a great not really a productive person of society,
Right.
I guess.
And we'll have an audio clip that kind of demonstrates that in a little bit. But what did you think of One Battle After Another?
I thought it was okay. At first I thought this is just like a cat and mouse thing, a little bit more of Catch Me If You Can, another Leo movie, But there was more to it as it kind of went along. So it's like, give it a chance, let it build to, the kind of, this thing. And I thought there were some surprising things with other characters too. And I think like if you do sequels to this movie, there's so many different stories that could still be told here. So
Sure.
it was interesting. I thought sometimes a little like, I think I said this, like Sean Penn's made a good living being an asshole.
In real life, sometimes
well, I
too.
guess. I don't know. I guess we never know. Maybe he was caught on a bad day. Who knows?
No,
but
he's an asshole.
is he? Okay. Yeah. All right. Anyway, well, I don't know him, so I can't make that judgment. But and celebrities, you just never know.
Right.
But I just sometimes that was a little over the top, and like that character itself was kind of cartoony caricature a little bit.
Kind of.
I felt like that kind of took me out of the rest of the movie, which was pretty good, interesting characters and stuff. And there's good material. It was good action. There was funny, there was bits of comedy in it, which was hilarious. Like I love the clip that you're gonna play. That's really funny, kind of to me. Like, yeah. And then there's another scene where the daughter asks Colonel Lockjaw in a funny, comical way, "Why is your t-shirt so tight?"
Yeah.
And I just got a giggle out of that. Like, that would be such a teenage girl thing to say.
Yeah.
Like, she's sitting here and, like, this dude is all jacked with a really too tight t-shirt on.
But it's funny because, it's kind of smart because she's kind of questioning his masculinity a little bit. Because his immediate reaction is, "I'm not a homosexual."
I know he goes off on that, like, immediately.
Yeah. He's very reactionary. And, but yeah, Sean Penn, I had moments with Sean Penn where I was like, he really did good with this character.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes a little cartoony.
A little bit.
And the names were a little, that's the only knock on the movie I have really, is something like Lockjaw. Is that a real name?
Yeah.
Perfidia Beverly Hills, is that a code name?
Right.
Is her real name Perfidia Johnson or Perfidia Smithson? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Anyway, minor quibble. But I thought Sean Penn was great. I thought everybody was great, really. The daughter, what's her name? It's like
Willa,
yeah, I'm thinking of the actor's name. She did a really good job. But
I think too, the Benicio del Toro character of Sensei Sergio, it's like, who is this guy? Like, what is his story? Like, I don't know. Just kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because when we
I wanted to know more about that character. But.
When Bob goes to the sensei for help, I'm thinking the sensei doesn't know anything about anything to do with any of this. He's just running a martial arts dojo. But it turns out the sensei he's harboring some illegal immigrants, and he's kind of facilitating a pipeline for them to survive and, not be arrested.
Yeah, he's got this whole like underground railroad thing going on in this network of people that signal to each other to get people out, and
so it's interesting. They found him when they moved to Colorado.
Chase Infinity is the actress who plays Willow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a clip from One Battle After Another. This is Bob Ferguson. This is, they've got Willa. He's trying to contact his previous organization, the French 75, to find out where the safe house is. And like we said, his life at this juncture is a mess. Drugs, alcohol. He's not in the resistance anymore. He's just a schlub who smokes too much pot and drinks too much alcohol.
My name is Bob Ferguson. I don't know if you've ever heard of me, all right? I was part of French 75 for years and years, all right? They used to call me Ghetto Pat, Rocket Man, stuff like that. Only problem is I fried my brain since then, man. I have abused drugs and alcohol for the past 30 years, man. I'm a drug and alcohol lover, and I cannot remember for the life of me or the life of my only child the answer to your question, what time is it?
8:15.
Now, I need this rendezvous point. You understand what I'm saying? I need it.
I understand. And the question is, what time is it?
If you don't give me the rendezvous point, I swear to God, I will hunt you down and stick a loaded hot piece of dynamite right up your
That, and we should say that was like his second or third attempt to get through to the organization.
Yeah, he calls a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, a little frustration there.
All that was missing from that rant was representative.
Yeah. Yeah. But One Battle After Another, that's written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, who did the great There Will Be Blood. He did the porn, Mark Wahlberg porn movie.
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights, did Boogie Nights.
I never saw that movie.
You never saw Boogie Nights?
No.
It's a good movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just never did.
Got a big schlong at the end. I mean, he did The Master. He's done some really good stuff. Punch Drunk Love. I haven't seen that, but
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, most Paul Thomas Anderson I enjoy, especially There Will Be Blood.
They seem to be a little bit quirky, a little different, but still substance, you know?
Yeah, and it's like his movies, they take their time. There's
Right.
definitely not like a big studio aesthetic there.
No, it's a little slow burn, like I said. Like, give this one time to keep kind of building to what it is, you know, which is, it gets better as it goes, you know?
One battle after another.
And it truly is like one battle after another.
Yeah.
Like, if you stop and kind of think about it. Yeah. So
Truly.
I think it's worth watching.
I think so.
It's a good movie.
I mean, it's about 3 hours long, but it moves along pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that it was that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's streaming now as we record on HBO Max, the streaming service. But yeah, and it'll probably pick up at least a couple awards.
Yeah,
I would think.
probably.
So, yeah, go check out One Battle After Another. It's good. Moving on to something completely different. Predator Badlands.
AKA date night.
That's not date. It wasn't date night.
Sometimes we have watched Predator movies for lost bets and date night movies.
Yeah,
Your
you
pick.
lost a bet, and
I
so
did.
we had to watch. You had to watch Predator.
All of them, didn't I? Wasn't
I
that
think it
the
was
deal?
I think it was just the first one.
Well, we ended up watching all of them.
Yeah.
And look, it's not torturous anymore. That's not really a lost bet. Like, I kind of enjoy checking them out with you and kind of, not that I love that world or, you know, but it's just kind of always interesting, the stories that are told through this franchise, I guess.
Yeah. It's, I love the Predator characters.
Yeah.
I love that world.
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating. It's an original character. And it's an interesting ride because the first Predator, it started out as like almost a horror movie.
Yeah.
But then it kind of evolved into some not campy kind of schlocky movie with the Alien vs. Predator movies.
Sure.
And there was talk about, and there's a couple duds in there.
Sure.
Like the Predator movie from 2019, I think. That sucks, or 2018.
Okay.
But
then there's some good ones, like
absolutely, and
the
it's come back.
Prey.
It's come back around with Prey.
Yeah,
in
like
2020 or 2022.
We've talked about that one on this podcast, and I loved that one. And
That's
I
a
am
good
not
one.
a fan of the franchise. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And this one is by the same guy, Dan Trachtenberg, who's now. They say he's like the one helming the Predator franchise now, and he's done a really good job. He did that Killer of Killers, the animated movie. Remember we watched that on Hulu?
Yes. Yep. That was good. I liked that too. But I'm going to raise my hand here and say, I don't think I like this one.
Oh, you don't like Badlands?
I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. We can get into it if you want
But
to.
did you watch all of it? Because I feel like,
Yes.
because this is one of those movies that I put on while you were like half asleep or
Yeah.
doing something else, because I knew you didn't really care.
I am paying attention, though.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
And I did watch it. I'll tell you why I don't like it, and
Okay.
then that'll make more sense.
Sure.
So for me, the ones that I've seen, there isn't this like softness to the Predator, this caring, you know.
Yeah.
And so that really bothered me with this movie. It was just like almost like a humanization of the Predator creature.
I get that.
And it's such a stray.
It's a
from
departure
that.
from.
Yeah. And it just didn't feel like, really? Like, no, give me, you know, that things are, I mean, there were things hunted. I don't know. I just didn't like it. And I didn't really like the synthetic character that Elle Fanning plays and kind of the humor that they were trying to introduce through that. Like, that's not what those movies are, really. So for that reason, I just didn't really like it.
I mean, humor's not something foreign to the Predator franchise. Even the first movie had a couple humorous moments.
A couple, but I feel like every time she tried to talk, it was like a kind of a funny barb here and there. Like just more. It was just trying really hard.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Kind of branching off of that, one little quip I have is that synthetic character was maybe a little too humanish and funny, whereas, and this is all like in the same world as Alien and obviously Predator, and in those worlds, the synthetics have never been not bombastic, but cracking jokes or.
And the other human element of that synthetic character is, they have multiple chances to destroy Dak, the predator creature.
Mm-hmm.
It's Dak or Dak?
It's
Dak.
One of those.
I'm sorry if I'm butchering that one, but they have multiple opportunities, but they soften and show empathy too, and save that character as well. And, and there's like dialogue about that, like, well, he saved me. So, and so that doesn't line up either because it's very human.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. And I've heard that before with this movie is.
But then they tried to explain it also, like, because she was like, do you know why they gave us feelings? Do you remember that kind of dialogue between the two sisters?
I don't remember what she said, though.
She was like, so we could be sisters or something that. Like, but it was like, well, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. It just...
Maybe I missed something where she explained kind of without being too expositional about why she has these feelings and all that,
I don't know.
Maybe she did say, like, I was programmed to be more funny and more, have a sister or think I have a sister.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either, but I've heard the knock against this movie is where it kind of humanizes and make the Predator almost like the good guy.
Yes, I was rooting for him the whole time.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely the good guy here.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting approach, and I would argue that the franchise, up until Prey, wasn't doing very well, wasn't being like really considered as a serious franchise. It's just, they're making another Predator movie. Okay. So you kind of have to take some chances. You kind of have to twist things on their head a little bit.
Yes.
I get it. I'm not a huge fan of the Predator being kind of like buddy with the synthetic.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I thought it worked. I liked it all. I didn't like, it had that look though that the Avengers movies has, where it has like this really polished look. Nothing feels dirty. Nothing feels real. It all feels like a movie.
Yeah.
I like the creatures they created with it. I like the exploding grass that paralyzes
cool.
you. That's an interesting
the flower
concept.
bulb thing. Yeah.
And I like how they created this kind of what's the word I'm looking for, with the study of animals, Anyway, like the behavior of this flying, we'll call it a dragon.
Yeah.
It drops the rocks on those exploding grasses so that the needles of the grass paralyze the prey, and it swoops down and eats it while it's paralyzed.
Yes.
I thought that's just a clever, interesting invention.
Absolutely. Well, and the one aspect I did love about that, since we're kind of talking about this topic, is how, spoiler alert, everyone, but how the predator creature uses those objects and is smart later on to use them as weaponry.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't use his own, tech and venom and weaponry. He uses the stuff from his environment, and that was kind of fascinating as well.
And also a good callback to the original Predator movie, because that's what Dutch, Schwarzenegger's character, did in the end.
Yeah.
He had to use all of the stuff around him as weapons and traps, and interesting callback there.
Yeah.
And I thought that, I don't know what you call them, the eels that spit acid.
Yeah.
Was on his shoulder.
Snake lizard. I don't know what that was. Was it I was like, is that a lizard? A snake?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
We never really got like a daylight shot of that.
Right, a clear view.
But it had that kind of, when it was on his shoulder, and this is by no accident, I'm sure, it looked like a Predator plasma cannon.
Oh, yeah.
like their shoulder-mounted cannon that they shoot lasers out of.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
One thing I had a little apprehension going into the movie is because I read that there's like a cute little creature that tags along with them.
Oh, yes. I want to talk about that aspect too.
But that was interesting because, yeah, it was cute, but it wasn't like, whoa, I'm your new buddy. Wink, wink, big doughy eyes. You know, and it actually played into later in the movie, like relevant.
It did, but
the creature.
I'm going to say, like, I still didn't like it. You're right. It wasn't cutesy, like little,
it wasn't like made so they could sell a plush doll at Walmart.
Absolutely. But I still felt like it was just kind of like Animal from the Muppets, you know?
Okay.
Or like the Tasmanian Devil. Like it's still wreaking havoc, but it's cute. Like you're trying to make it lovable. And I kind of get it because it's a baby.
Yeah.
But I just didn't like it. I just was like, no, all of these things are supposed to be murderous and scary. Like, I don't know. It just felt like a Muppet. Like you're just... kind of putting a cutesy little Muppet in here. I felt like it was the representative of an Animal from the Muppets.
Okay.
So
I didn't mind it. There was one moment that was like kind of eye rolling, but at the same time, it was kind of funny. Is when he, in a distance, picked up an arm from a synthetic and waved it.
Waved it around. Yeah.
Almost like, hey.
Like a hi, I'm waving with this arm I just severed. Yeah, that was really funny and kind of like, oh, that's dark.
Yeah, in the same breath for me, it was funny, but also kind of like, oh, come on.
Yeah, a little cheesy.
Yeah. But it didn't take me out of it too much. But
yeah.
I like this movie, and I'm separating my Predator fandom out of it because I thought it was engaging. I thought it was fun, and the effects were good, and you had characters you cared about, like, you know, the Predator deck, whatever, is you're rooting for him, and you see that they had this great preface in the movie with him and his brother and his dad, and his dad wants nothing to do with a runt/weak son, and you got to go.
Yeah.
But
this was definitely a very different movie because I'm sitting here thinking, I don't like this movie for all these reasons. I want the Predator. I want the tension. I want to be scared. I want the usual classic formula here.
Yeah. No, I get it. And I totally get it. And
Yeah.
I think as a fan, that's what I want.
Yeah.
But I'm not closed off to the possibility of trying something new with the character or characters.
Look, I paid attention. I stuck with the movie all the way through, and you know, it's fine.
Here's a quick scene from Predator Badlands. The aforementioned exploding grass.
Yes.
With the paralyzing darts.
It waits for the needles to paralyze you, then eats you while you can't move.
Yeah, quick clip there. Elle Fanning as the synthetic. And I should point out, I do not like Elle Fanning.
Sure, I don't.
She screams Nepo baby to me because her sister Dakota was a huge star back in the day. She still does quite a bit of work. But Elle Fanning just struck me as kind of wooden.
Yeah.
And again, the Nepo baby thing. But in this movie, I thought she was really good.
Well, maybe because playing a synthetic suits her kind of woodenness. But then again, I felt like...
But she wasn't wooden.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but then I didn't like how every bit of dialogue, like they try to inject some humor there.
Yeah.
Like,
but she did a good job.
Almost like ad-libbing, but
she did a good job as Thea, the main synthetic that goes along with Deck, who had personality and feelings. I thought she did a really good job there. And then as Tessa, her quote sister, another synthetic, she was kind of dry, wooden, all about business, and had almost zero personality in it. So I think the fact that she could do both in one movie is a testament, you know, I think. And, you know, again, I think Elle Fanning did pretty good job. Okay. But it's a no for you in Predator Badlands?
I mean, if you're a fan of the franchise, you're going to check it out.
Yeah.
Just know it's not your typical classic Predator movie. And it's not as good as Prey. I think I went into it thinking, ooh, new one. I hope it's as good as that one, you know? And even that was different because that one went like back in time. It was like historical, this is more futuristic, obviously.
Different planet. And
Different planet.
Yeah, we should forgot to mention this, but he goes to they call it the death planet.
Yeah.
Because everything there is going to kill you.
Yeah.
To seek out this big, huge trophy called the Kalisk.
Kalisk.
This
Yes,
creature. That nobody, even his brother says that even father's afraid of the Kalisk.
Yeah.
So.
But why?
Why is he afraid?
He's just trying to prove himself for his daddy issues.
Well, if you know the Yautja, the predator breed, they're all about hunting.
Trophy hunting. Got
and like killing sport. And that's their life.
Yeah.
So to prove yourself, you got to go and hunt the most dangerous species out there.
This is the big lion head on the wall.
Pretty
kind of
much.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I like Predator Badlands. Couple quips, things here and there for me, but overall I thought it was good.
It's okay.
And it's only like an hour and a half, which is unheard
quick.
of these days.
Yeah.
Moving on to Death by Lightning, the movie based on the book Destiny of the Republic, about the assassination and life of President James Garfield and the man who killed him, Guteau. I forget his first name.
Charles
Guteau. You got Michael Shannon as Garfield. It's a pretty good cast, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Bradley Whitford as a senator. I can't remember the name. Blaine. And I forget the guy who plays Guteau. He was in Succession.
Matthew McFadden.
Yeah.
McFadden, sorry. I
Yeah.
think. Betty Gilpin.
Yeah.
Shea Wiggum.
Bradley
Whitford.
Nick Offerman.
Yeah, this is a great cast. And this is, as you mentioned, historical piece, which we kind of dig.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot from watching this show, this limited series. I guess we'll call it a show. I learned a lot from it, and I didn't know a lot about this story. And I found it interesting, and obviously a great cast to carry it, and it's a period piece. So, we've kind of not been shy about loving that stuff. So I think I really liked this. It was kind of surprisingly good.
I did too. And if I hadn't watched the series, and somebody gave me the gist of the series, I'd probably go and get the book and read about it read about it from the source material. But it's 4 episodes on Netflix. It's very well done. The acting's great. The writing's great. And it's a person, in our history and of our country that you hear the name President Garfield.
Right.
But you don't know anything about him.
I know.
You don't know his politics.
Yeah.
And he was very much a part of, changing things. Like he learned a lot from the lessons of Abraham Lincoln and wanted to expand on that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And he was a man of the people. He
Right.
was open to hearing from the people. He was our 20th president. So.
Yeah. And didn't he have every day, a room full of people looking to talk to him?
Yeah. His constituents, people would line up to come and see him. And, that whole peek behind the curtain, one thing about this series that was also fascinating to me is seeing the political positioning and powering and posturing and
the
vying
gears turning behind
and
the
the
scenes.
backstabbing and if this person wins this, then we're screwed over here, and this person controls this thing, and you definitely want them on your side, and just pulling the levers that, so much just wheeling and dealing and backdoor shady stuff,
Was it Shea Wiggins' character,
Yeah.
Roscoe
Yeah.
McCulkey?
Hold
who
on.
said, there's no friends in
Conkling.
politics.
Yeah, there's no friends in politics.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his friend, quote unquote, actually betrayed him, kind of.
Chester Arthur?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and that's an interesting character, Chester Arthur. And even Garfield himself was not looking to climb his way to the presidency. He reluctantly kind of fell into this, he wasn't going to do that.
Yeah, but when talking to Crete, his wife,
Yes.
she kind of pulled it out of him.
Eventually.
If he didn't, he wouldn't have made that speech at the
Yeah.
Republican convention.
Yeah, and he said, I knew what I was doing,
Yeah.
but somebody had to,
Yeah.
kind of
And
it sucked. I didn't want to do that, but it was necessary kind of for the greater good, you
Right.
know?
boy, if only we had that going on these days.
I know, right?
Somebody who cared about
And
the
then-
greater good.
And then, oh my gosh, talk about a malpractice. He died because
Oh,
a
yeah.
doctor didn't do the right thing. Like, he might have survived that and gone on to do great things. And who knows? Like, it's almost super sad, made sadder because of that. Like, not just the assassination attempt on his life and that was instant and killed him or whatever. It was too extensive of damage. It was sad because it was medical malpractice
Yeah.
that killed him.
Yeah.
Essentially.
The coroner or whoever the doctor
Yeah.
was that, did the autopsy
Yeah.
said, if you just left the bullet in, he would have survived.
Yeah.
But the doctor who was like,
Civil War doc.
he had this God complex.
Yep.
And another doctor who happened to be there when he got shot.
A doctor of color, a person of color.
Yeah, who told him and
Yeah.
he was very tactful when talking to the main doctor. Like, doctor, I don't know if we should be rooting around in there. We need to clean these utensils and
He started
sterilize.
some study or something that.
And the main doctor's like, that's not been proven right. Or
Yeah,
something. Leave
yeah.
me alone. I'm trying to work here.
Yeah, and essentially, I'm sure he was like, "I'm not going to listen to the black man," and in whatever year this was,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? Like,
No, it's sad. Like you said, he died when he probably didn't have to.
yeah,
And, theoretically, you took 2 lives by doing that because Gateau got hanged
Yeah.
for murdering the president. Now, if he had survived, Gateau might have not have been, sentenced to death.
I don't know what the penalty was for
Right.
that crime back then,
But-
but
Who knows? It
Yeah.
happened. It's history, and
yeah,
it sucks. And what's interesting is Gateau didn't kill him. Like, this is also kind of an exploration into, mental health and kind of
Yes.
your upbringing and your life. Like, Gateau, I didn't realize it early on, but I did later on. Like, when he was in the, we'll call it a cop
Yes.
carriage.
yeah,
And he told the cops sitting there, it's like, I'm going to make you the, what did he say? The head of the Department of Justice or something like that. I
Yeah.
forget what he was.
promising.
He's in
yeah.
handcuffs. He just murdered the
He's
president.
delusional.
Yeah, and he's like saying to this guy, you're going to be, not that I'm going to make you, but because of this, you're going to be the head of Department of Justice or
Yeah.
something. Like, he thought he's some loon
yes,
who aspired for something bigger than where he was, but he had these illusions of grandeur.
yes,
He tried to align himself with powerful people
yes,
who wanted nothing to do with him because they could smell out that he was a
kind of a
kook.
crazy person. Yeah,
But he didn't play it off super, I'm batshit
Right.
crazy guy.
right. It's
You almost felt for him a little bit.
it's kind of like when your friend talks to you about this new like pyramid scheme that they just got into. You're like, okay, yeah, no thanks.
No.
And I don't know, like they're still your friend, but they lost their savings and you feel bad for them. I don't know, but
Here's a clip from Death by Lightning. It's right after Garfield gets shot and Bradley Whitford character is trying to get Gateau arrested on the street.
He shot Garfield! Get him! He shot him! I did it! I did it! Take me to jail! Now Chester Arthur will be president! The Republic is saved!
The Republic is saved.
yeah, what does that mean to him? I wasn't quite sure even throughout this, like what his politics were. He just so desperately wanted to be part of the cool kids team, you know?
Yeah, because he was-
just wanted his friendship. It was just so bizarre.
Because when Garfield was announced as the candidate, he was all about Garfield.
Yeah, he wanted to be his friend. He tried to meet with him several times.
Yeah, and he approached
the
couple
wife
senators
and people. Yes,
and then he had like
it's almost
this,
like an obsession. Like
Yeah.
an obsessed fan.
but then it was like transferred a little bit off to Chester Arthur
Yes,
because Arthur like was drunk and
Yeah.
took notice of him and kind of even
took him under his like.
Kinda said,
Come with me.
yeah, we're
let's
gonna-
go party together.
we're gonna do things
Yeah.
together. You're a part of the group. And
Yes.
then, I don't know, but
And let's talk about that transformation, like the Chester Arthur.
yeah.
Like he's just a drunk party frat boy all the time, even in his position of power. He's just enjoying the luxuries of that life
Yeah.
and just like debauchery. And then, he kind of gets forced into this situation And he actually, it's really a redemption story there. Like he kind of turns it around and promises to uphold the things that Garfield held dear, you know, and that was really kind of cool to see that happen,
Yeah, no, a couple times he mentioned his wife had passed away, and so you're kind of feeling for the character a little bit.
Yeah.
You see that he's played by Nick Offerman, that there's some goodness in Chester Arthur. Like, yeah, he's going along with Roscoe.
Yeah, Conklin.
Conklin's, because that's his kind of sugar daddy, and that's his free ticket to living the life he wants to live. But then at the same time, he feels pulled over here by doing what's right.
Yeah.
And maybe in a way, I don't know if he's trying to honor his dead wife, or he just, he comes around and he eventually, takes over and does good.
You know what it was that really kind of transformed that there was Garfield's belief in him, even though he seems like a fuck up and, he's.
Yeah, like Chester Arthur was trying to get fired and even resigned.
And he didn't want any part of that office and its responsibilities whatsoever. He wanted out. He was like, I don't want to do this. And, Garfield believed in him anyway and really kind of pushed him to, no, I don't accept it. You're not going to quit,
Did he believe in him, or did he need him because he needed the New York delegates?
When he stood there in his office.
Resigning.
When Garfield stood there in Chester's office, he was like, I believe in you. He's like, something like, you don't believe in you, but I believe in you, know? And so I think that was kind of his friendship and his belief in him and his confidence in him really kind of propelled him to shift inside,
Yeah. No, like you said, it's a really good redemption story on Chester Arthur's part.
Well, and just also a testament of maybe what kind of character Garfield had as well. You really kind of get to see why he was kind of a great president. And it's sad and tragic because there was probably some really good potential there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You never know how things would have turned out. Much like others that have passed as well. Like people say that with JFK, like you never know what things would have been like. And, there's some controversy around his presidency, and I don't always agree with policy there either. But I liked this series because you see a lot of like, okay, well, in the history of this country, politics hasn't really changed much.
No, a lot of the wheelings and dealings that they portrayed in this show, you feel like, I bet that still goes on today. Stuff like that. Horse trading and.
Oh yeah, the ports of New York City.
We're going to elect this person because that'll his district is vital to our presidency or whatever.
Yep, they play the game and the numbers.
No friends in politics, people.
That's right.
But Death by Lightning, it's a good show. It's on Netflix. If you're anywhere close to being a history fan, and you like a exploration into some mental health and maybe politics, you could do a lot worse than this.
Yeah.
Cool beans. That's going to do it for us on this Married with Channels podcast.
Woohoo!
The show with the married couple talking TV and movies.
That's right.
Make sure you give us a review on your podcast provider. Follow, subscribe to the show.
Share, tell your friends.
Absolutely. Until next time, my name is Moose.
I'm Jody.
We'll see you.
Bye.